Greetings and welcome to the Awakening Alchemy podcast. My name is Anna Merkaba, a healer, channeler, and guide for awakening souls walking the path of deep transformation. In today's episode, we're going to explore a powerful truth, the emotional roots of high blood pressure that no one talks about. This isn't just about numbers on a medical chart or the stress of daily life. High blood pressure often carries an unspoken story, one of held tension, unexpressed words, and energy that's been bottled up for far too long. If you've been feeling the weight of unspoken conflict, or like you're always bracing for the next storm, this message may help you understand what your body has been trying to say. Let's begin. When Maria reached out to me for a remote session, she didn't mention her blood pressure at first. She spoke about her stress at work, her fatigue, and her difficulty sleeping. It was only at the end of her message that she added, "Oh, and my doctor says my blood pressure is high. I've never had this before," she said. But as I connected to her field, it became clear that her blood pressure wasn't just a random physical symptom. No, it was a message, a story her body had been holding for years, waiting for her to listen. You see, blood is more than fluid. It carries the essence of who we are. It represents life force, identity, vitality. The blood vessels that hold it are the boundaries that define our incarnation in this human experience. For someone with low blood pressure, life feels heavy. They may lack the inner drive to take action, to push forward. But for someone with high blood pressure, the story is different. The person with high blood pressure is often preparing for action, bracing for confrontation, but never allowing the energy to fully discharge. The heart pumps harder, the vessels constrict, the body holds tension. Maria's field revealed exactly this, an unspoken conflict. Words she wanted to say, but didn't. Feelings she swallowed instead of expressing. Her energy was like a kettle on the stove, building steam, but with the lid clamped down tight. The inner conflict that fuels hypertension. Those with high blood pressure are often caught in a loop. They prepare to speak up, but don't. They imagine how they'll handle the next conflict, but avoid it. They convince themselves they'll act next time, but the moment never comes. This creates a state of chronic readiness, an internal tension that keeps the body from ever fully relaxing. When the energy doesn't flow outward through calm, honest confrontation, it turns inward. It builds and builds until eventually the person explodes, but not in the clear, measured way they imagined. Instead, it's a sudden burst of anger, often directed at the wrong people in the wrong way. The real issue isn't the outburst itself, it's the unspoken truth behind it. In Maria's session, we found an energetic block near her heart chakra, an old imprint of fear around speaking her truth. As a child, she had learned to stay quiet to avoid conflict in her family. That pattern followed her into adulthood. We worked to dissolve the imprint and soften the walls around her heart. Her guides whispered, "She doesn't have to fight. She only has to speak." We also supported her body's physical and emotional regulation with magnesium and B vitamins to calm the nervous system, hawthorn as a heart tonic, flower essences like holly for anger and resentment, and agrimony for hidden emotional pain masked by cheerfulness. Slowly her system began to shift. The next time a difficult conversation came up at work, she didn't hold back. She spoke calmly, directly, and for the first time in years, she felt the pressure lift, not just in her mind, but in her body. If you've been told your blood pressure is high, consider this. Your body may be asking you to look inward. It may be inviting you to speak what you've held back. It may be telling you it's time to release the stored energy before it turns into a storm. High blood pressure isn't just about stress. It's about unspoken emotions, unresolved conflicts, and a body that has been holding too much for too long. You don't have to carry it forever. You don't have to explode to release it. There is another way. Gentler, truer, more aligned. If this resonates, I invite you to a remote healing session where we can uncover the emotional root your body is holding and help you come back into balance, physically, emotionally, and energetically. Because your heart doesn't want to fight anymore. It wants to flow. Thank you so much for listening. And if you feel called to go deeper or would like one-on-one support on your healing journey, you can find me at annamerkabahealing.com.